it's a difficult process to especially that you know that the suffering is continuing and you know that your patients are still out there.
Just the person in the back row with the glasses.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ghassan. It's George Grills from The Times. I just want to follow up on my colleagues' questions about the Israelis' claims about Al-Shifa. The evidence that they've presented is CCTV footage, supposedly showing hostages being taken on October the 7th, photos of a cache of weapons and footage of tunnels underneath the hospital, they claim. What is your response to that evidence, and does it tally with anything you've seen? And secondly, while you were working at the hospital, were you ever told that there were parts of the hospital that you could not visit, or did you ever implicitly understand that you could not visit parts of the hospital?
So I think the whole story of Shifa, you as journalists would have been taken on a guided tour of these tunnels if they did exist. There were embedded journalists, CNN journalists with the Israeli ground forces. Yet none of them were taken on rounds in tunnels in any of the wars, including this war. And as things were falling apart, basic things like trying to kind of get the CT for a patient reported became impossible. And so I would go down to these, the radiology department, unescorted. And I never was told that there are areas off limit. And I went to the MRI, of course, with war injuries because there's so much and this is why the Israeli story with the MRI machine is so moronically ludicrous, is that with war injuries you never do MRIs because you cannot have metal close to the MRI machine, let alone a magazine, as they showed in their video. As for the CCTV, the hospital is full of CCTVs, yet, and on the 7th there were CCTVs, but the Israelis discovered that someone had taped the CCTV. So they had the CCTVs on the day they shouldn't be having the CCTV, but they had it when the Israelis came in. I go back to the point that having seen this massacre unfold, the creation of an uninhabitable Gaza Strip was the aim, and the destruction of all the components of modern life at which the health system lies was the main military objective. So Shifa, if you take the Israeli story at face point, so why did they damage and destroy the 4 pediatric hospitals? Why were they bombing continuously the Indonesian hospital? Why did they bomb the Hauda hospital? Why did they bomb the Ahli hospital? Why did they bomb the cancer hospital? Why did they target ambulances on a regular basis? I mean, the small picture fits into a bigger picture, and that bigger picture, the issue is, the Israelis literally told each of these hospitals what they were planning to do to them before attacking them. The Israeli politicians literally told us what the final outcome for them is, which is the ethnic cleansing of the Gaza Strip. And so when you put all of these together, and then you start thinking, yes, but Shifa was different. How can it be any different? And Shifa, anybody who's been to Shifa, and then has been to any other third world Ministry of Health hospital, it really is that, at the best of times, it barely functions.